Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time, surprisingly, for another episode of Starmade. I was just in the mood to continue on the mothership just because we have made so much awesome progress and the feedback of the previous episode was really good. That always gets me in the mood to do some more. Now what I have done in between the episodes is actually finally installed the third turret. So if we have a look down below, we should be able to see it. Yeah, there we go. We have 3 of those badass turrets right there for us to play around with. Another thing that I have done is finished the repairing system, and now we have quite a few things actually on our modules. So if we zoom back a little bit and press the right shift, no, that wasn't far enough. There we go, that is much better. Now we can have a proper look at the mothership, and I can even use my hotbar. You can see we have here our cannon that we can use and shoot. Oh yeah. Then of course we have the salvage computer. Beautiful. But I also added the repairing system, of course, which now should work. But first of all, let's have a look at the spinny thingy just to confirm that it still works. Though it's not shooting, is it? I don't think it's shooting. Maybe I have to fix a few things still. However, there we go. This is working, and we also have the landing gear that we can activate. Oh yeah, beautiful. Together with the force field will give us a secure landing spot. By the way, not on a planet. The planets are just too small for the mothership, but maybe potentially on a space station that we are gonna take on next. I think it's actually gonna be my next big project to finally go with a space station. However, we can of course retract the landing gear as we would expect to. And now let's have a look at the repair thing, because I'm really proud of that. If you remember, those guys are unfolding and then repairing the mothership. Let's just have a proper look at it. It should now work. Let's click the button. It is opening up and holy cow, it did work. Look at that. It is now spinning around and repairing the mothership. It is still spinning too quickly for my taste. Yeah, we still have to do something about that, but I just know what we have to do. And if it spins around a little bit slower, that is actually good. And whenever we want, what we can actually do is just click this repair thing again and it will fold together. There we go, and come to a halt. It's just great. I love it. Let's open it up again. Oh, yeah. And fold it back together. Ooh. And it will of course rotate 180 degrees until it is, back at the default position. That is basically it. What I want to do now is of course improve that repair ray a little bit. Finally, some functionality is really getting into the mothership, and I have a few other ideas that I still want to implement, especially with the hangar room. We have such a large hangar room to actually do something with. Right, however, we need to fly the mothership closer to a shop so that we can actually reach it. Let's get into a better view, and look at that, we can fly so fast now. We're just going for it. We are within shop range. Yeah, and I literally have to rub myself against the shop for this to work. Anyways, what I wanted to do is buy a bunch of modules, namely lighting modules. I want this repair thing to really stand out and look a little bit less thin when it is actually expanded. Right, so I looked through a whole bunch of modules and I think the crystals will just serve this purpose the best, to be honest with you. I really like the green crystals. Yes, let's do it. There we go, 5,000 crystals. Hopefully this will be enough. And yeah, of course, now comes the annoying part. I have to get out of this ship core and fly all the way to the front. Oh man, and we also will have to do this twice, since I cannot really use the symmetry plane for the other side. It's gonna be fine, guys, it's gonna be fine, don't panic. Right, so we have to be a little bit careful where we place those crystals. We can place them on the top, but most likely not at the bottom. That would be good to have them at the bottom. What is this wireless module doing here? Oh well, it's been a while. Let's just test out my theory and see if this looks any good. Come on, somewhat like this. Right, I think like that it will actually work out. Let me kind of test this out first. With this button we can actually test it out without making it spin. Let's fold it in again. Come on back, baby. Oh man, it is still really fast. Anyways, time to get into the next ship core. The first ship core is actually right here. It's kind of confusing. Right, so now we can place stuff on top of here. That should be entirely possible. Yeah, there we go. Well done, Nathan. We're getting somewhere now. Okay, just 2 more ship cores to go, namely this one and this one over here. And we have to make sure that we're placing those modules on the right ship cores. Otherwise, we're really screwed. Okay, I think I finished it. And of course, we need to do another test ride. All right, let's do it. Hopefully it will still work. And oh my gosh. Why? Yeah, I don't really understand. This all looks legit. So I guess, unfortunately, we will have to do some removing and see if we are able to fix it without... Oh no, I'm stuck. Let me out! Ah, okay, I see. This might be an issue here. Like this little block. What do you think? Oh. Okay, that looks about right. That's what it's supposed to do, I guess. So it might have been just one single block right here, kind of getting into each other's way. Yeah, I think that was it. Let me finish that and I'll be right back. Alright guys, back we are, and I think I finally got it to work. There were just a few blocks in the way, and I also had to do a little bit of rerouting of the logic system, just with the timing a little bit, and I also had to place a bunch of mass enhancers. And now I think it is actually fully working. Let's test it out. Right, let's get rid of the hut just because it looks a little bit more awesome and open up those guys. Oh, yeah. Okay, it seems to be working. How about the retract? Oh, yeah. I actually really like it. What I think I'm gonna do is actually make a little pattern into that thing. So when it is closed, it will give out that pattern, maybe kind of a border, and I also have to do something at the bottom, as you can see. But the bottom is a little bit more complicated, and only the green part took me actually long enough, because of course you have to switch between the modules the whole time. But there we go, that's it, that's all I wanted to do. Well, actually there's one more thing we need to do. And that is within the build mode. We want to make the rotation of those guys a little bit slower, and it's actually really easy to do that because I have already prepared a whole lot of things. Let's see, this is the speed controller, and you can see I already tried to slow it down tremendously. Only one activation module is active, and hopefully we will be able to slow it down even more. And I just see that I misplaced a few things here. It doesn't work with buttons. I don't think so. Right, so we want to place a whole bunch more of those guys. I don't know how many. I guess until we are satisfied with the speed. Okay, so I did place a whole bunch more. One more thing that I actually would like to do is make this rotate 360 degrees instead of only 180. Just because I would like it to be in the default position all the time and only stop there. Where is this exactly happening? I think with those guys, actually, we need to place 4 more activation modules. Let's do that. We're gonna place one here, hook it up, and also activate it. This one too, and 2 more. And this theoretically should now make it turn 160 degrees. Yeah. Is it slower though? It doesn't feel very much slower. Maybe this is the slowest that we can actually rotate. Anyways, I shut it down now. So theoretically, once it is down here, it should just continue 1 more round or half a round. Oh man, it is actually slower. It is tremendously slower. So that is really good. Good to know. And it works out. Beautiful. Let's test out the cannon, man. Actually, we could test it out right here with our chopper. Why not? Let's take apart our chopper. I need to turn around slightly. Whoa. I'm probably colliding with the shop right now. Yeah, it's not gonna be easy to steer this thing around. However, we have our cannon computer. Let's aim at that bad boy. Yes, I know it's a friendly guy, but... Oh, I actually focused the beams. That is not a good idea. We want to spread them out like so. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Oh jeez. The chopper is gone! Holy cow! It is gone! I don't believe it. The blocks didn't have really time to update. Look at that. Just the rotating modules are still there. That's kind of crazy. Oh man, I'm gonna enjoy this so much once we use it on pirate stations. Oh well guys, anyways, what we can do in the second part or the end part of this episode is tend maybe a little bit to the interior of the mothership. For instance, right here we have a hallway, which is not much of a hallway because it is so freaking dark everywhere. Also right here, this is the bridge. This is actually an entire thing that is gonna be an interior, and if you remember, we also had a room right here where we could go in and even further. Yeah, look at that. This is actually some interior. I almost forgot about that. And right here we have an empty room that we haven't really decorated just yet. I believe right here actually we do have something. Let's see, yeah, there we go. We have a flower, even a storage block. Do I have something in there? No, not really. Alright, and what do we have around this corner? Oh yeah, of course, some logic. I totally forgot about that. Is this still in use? That is crazy, we don't actually need that anymore. That was just to set up a bunch of mechanisms, and I did that before I think they implemented the remote control. Or maybe I just didn't know about the remote control back then. However, remote control is much better. Yeah, and then after the bridge right here, we actually get directly into the hangar, which is really huge. There's a whole lot of things we can actually do in this hangar. In the center part, of course, I want to store a big ship. On the left side, I want to install some kind of a crane. You know, something similar that Robenschild actually made. I want to be able to kind of sort out drones, lead them into various systems, park them up, you know, fill this up with small ships or something like that. And then, of course, we shall not forget about our observatory room, which is not much of an observatory anymore because you cannot really see out anymore. Though we could remove those lava blocks if I think about it. Yeah, that could actually be an idea. We could make a bunch of windows here. There's too much lava anyways. I want to make some patterns here too. But what do we start with is the question. I'm just gonna think about that for a little bit and then I'll be right back. Right, so I've never been really good at interior stuff, but you know, we're just gonna do our best. Right now, I'm just kind of making this hallway a little bit better. Since we're going through the salvage modules, I kind of found it fitting to use these what are they called? Bastin crystals. Also made a bunch of pillars, probably with the wrong material, but whatever the heck. I need to kind of figure out how I want to do this. Yeah, I think we have to do this with a different material. How about we do these with the green crystals as well? I know it's gonna be a little bit overwhelmingly green, but you know, that's just the theme of this hallway. What do you think? Black or green? Yeah, let me actually know what you think about that. I'm gonna go with whatever you guys think is the best. Now, unfortunately, I placed those computers right here, and I cannot really undo that. Otherwise, it's gonna be really hard to hook up all of the modules. But I guess that is just fine with me. We're also gonna frame this entryway a little bit, and now we have to cover up all of these modules. What do we take for that? How about a nice little green? Not sure if I'm too fond. Does that match those two greens? I really don't want to fill this up entirely with the crystals here, but maybe we can make a nice little pattern, just like a zigzag pattern going upwards here, and at the same time going downwards. Yeah, actually that isn't too bad. We're also gonna have something vertically going upwards. And actually, yeah, that looks like a suiting entrance to the interior of the mother ray. Beautiful. Right, time to fill this up with green stuff. Oh, did I go too far again? I did, but only by one block actually. Okay, everything is filled up. I would say this entrance is done right here. How do we... Oh man, what is happening here? Oh yeah, this is my clock. I forgot. And this here is another cavity that we can actually fill up. Or do we want to make some quarters here? No, actually, I'm gonna fill this up with modules. We're gonna have some more stuff right here. Let's enable the lighten mode. Yeah, look at that. This is gonna be an entire area, maybe some kind of a living room area. That would be great for the higher class people of the mothership, and you can actually have a nice look outside. That's great, but we still need to fix the flooring somehow. We're gonna go with our standard black armor, and we want to fill up the flooring here. But we're definitely gonna need some lighting as well, to be honest with you. Okay, there we go, and then I see a little mistake that we can fix here. Though maybe it wasn't even a mistake, maybe we have to do it like this. Yeah, that's probably better. Okay, now, how dark is it in here? It's pretty dark, man. I wish those crystals would light up a little bit more. Let's check out what kind of lamps we have. I think we're gonna go with blue lines. Let's see what we can do. It might not be good to embed them all in the flooring. On the other hand, I really don't know what else to do. And you know, we can at least try to make some nice patterns, even though I always come up with similar stuff. Yeah, but it is actually much better. You can now see the flooring. It's not just, you know, darkness and blackness. So maybe we do something right here as well. Let me actually decorate this a little bit with lights, and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, the decoration of this room has actually happened. We do not have the lighten mode enabled and we are now actually capable of seeing a little bit. So I guess in future episodes we will be taking a lot more care of interior stuff such as this. Also let me know what kinds of interiors you want to have. We have already planned crew quarters, a kitchen, living room areas, a bunch of sleeping quarters, a bridge. What else do you think should be on this mothership? Of course, there are also going to be a few more systems that we need to install. Maybe a jump drive? Potentially, I don't know if this is going to be possible with a huge ship such as this. However, I took myself the liberty of editing the video already and I realized that we have reached again the 15 minutes mark. And since I've been at it and we have done so much progress in the previous episode, today we did a little bit more detail work and of course then you cannot progress as much. However, I think that will do it for today's episode. Don't forget to leave your support and suggestions down below. Thank you so much for everything. Have a great time and hopefully I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Bye bye.